The Diction Service, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. Let's get you up to date with the weekend forecast. It is still a bit tricky, but I think overall, many of us are going to escape mainly dry. However, there's going to be some rain nearby. Check this out, newest fall foliage report. And you can see really starting to get that change up in the Adirondacks here as we head into the weekend, and also some of the higher spots in the Taconics, the Catskills, and along 17 into southwestern New York State and the Allegheny Plateau, starting to see some of those colors start to pop. What we are watching now are clouds on the increase. These are high, thin clouds in advance of a new tropical storm, which we were telling you about this time last night, that it would likely become Ophelia, and sure enough, that's what we have now. 67, the current reading. So for the Gridiron Gang tonight, the weather looks fine. Sunset tonight before 7 o'clock as those high clouds increase, temperatures right around 7 in the mid-60s. And that's where they are pretty much right now. So 68 here in town, 67 in Rome, upper 60s into Little Falls. Cooperstown's in the mid-60s right now, 65 in Milford, Worcester at 64, 66 at last check in Morris, and up across the Adirondacks, temperatures are in the low 60s. Tropical storm warnings are now in effect. These are for the Tidewater, Virginia, the eastern, I would say, fourth of North Carolina, the Outer Banks, as Ophelia will be making quite the impact there. There's the center of the storm, throwing rain and wind back into eastern North Carolina right now. Ophelia will track and make landfall somewhere in the eastern parts of North Carolina and then start to move north. It is close for comfort, a little too close for comfort for us locally, as the rain, at least the steadiest, will be just south and east. I think what happens is high pressure kind of ridges to the north and keeps the bulk of this storm to the south. And you'll see this here on Futurecast. So watch as we go through the overnight. Those high clouds increase. Through the day Saturday, it will turn out mostly cloudy, but mostly dry. Then we get into the late afternoon. Notice down here to the south, Otsego County, the 88 corridor, Oneonta, chance for some light rain as we get into the evening. And this kind of bends westward a little bit, but kind of stops. There will be some light rain overnight Saturday and into Sunday morning. And then I think as we go through the day on Sunday, notice how it kind of pivots away. So maybe a shower, some light rain in the morning, then some improvements as we get into the afternoon. So we'll keep you posted on Ophelia as clouds increase through the day tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Again, some scrapage of light rain south and east late Saturday into Sunday morning. Temperatures upper 60s. Sunshine returns Monday, and really much of next week again, Shelby, looks pretty. Temperatures upper 60s to near 70. And in a way, I kind of wish that we're just going to get a day of rain, because it's been so nice lately that we actually need some. And once we get through this weekend, doesn't look like there's much next week.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little rain.
On a Sunday, watch football.
Yeah,
there you go.
Sure. You know I don't watch football.
I know.
All right, more Eyewitness News when we come back. Stay with us.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint, getting ready to go into a new season. And appropriately, we've got the foliage report, which, by the way, Shelby Pay does not like foliage. What? What? She thinks it's boring. I told her she's just got to do it right. Anyway, if you're going to look up into the Adirondacks, that's where you're going to find some of the color starting to pop here. The heart of the Adirondacks, the higher elevations of the Catskills, west towards the Allegheny Highlands in southwestern New York, we're starting to see some color pop. And even here locally, you're starting to see a few leaves start to change. What we are seeing change tonight is a couple of things. The sky will become cloudy. The pressure, which right now is at 30.34, which is a pretty good number, that's actually going to start to lower, indicative of lower atmospheric pressure in the form of a tropical storm of all things. 57 now, light east wind. Your forecast tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, not quite as chilly. Temperatures dropping into the upper 40s to near 50. And then through the day tomorrow, it becomes mostly cloudy to completely overcast. And there's going to be a few showers developing, especially south and east late in the day. High temperature right around 68. Numbers now are hanging in the 50s here in town. Clinton, Marcy, Little Falls at 55. Down to the south into Otsego County, mid-50s Cooperstown to Milford. Low 50s in Oneonta, Hartwick at 54. And up in the Adirondacks, temperatures here in the low 50s. All right, let's talk about it. So tropical storm warnings are in effect. These are for eastern North Carolina, the Outer Banks, up to the Tidewater of Virginia, and even up towards Delaware, as we are seeing Ophelia start to kind of lash the Outer Banks here. Tropical storm, you can see just off the coast of the Carolinas, and it will slowly work its way to the north, spreading some rain to the north as well, pretty close to central New York as we go into late tomorrow and then into Sunday morning. There's going to be some rain like just south and east, and in addition to that, the wind will pick up a little bit as well. So check this out on Futurecast. Through the course of the day, some of those fibrous high clouds filling in. It will become overcast, and then watch down to the south through the afternoon. Notice that's your best chance of rain showers. So Shenango, Otsego County, as we get into the evening, probably some light rain. And then what happens with time is this kind of fills in and moves in as we get into Saturday night and into Sunday morning, likely some wet weather around. But then look what happens as we get into the afternoon. We actually see the rain start to taper. So I think the wettest part of Sunday will be in the morning, and especially down to the south and to the east. Upper 60s to near 70 as the sky becomes overcast. There will be some wet weather developing down to the south, so Otsego County through the course of the afternoon. Extra clouds will keep temperatures in the low 60s. Up north, a little brighter and actually a little bit warmer by contrast, with highs in the mid-upper 60s to a few places near 70. 7-day forecast. So clouding up, 68 as we go into Saturday with some late rain showers south and east. Showers, especially Sunday morning, mainly south and east, 67. Clearing sky Monday, 70. Mainly dry and looking really nice again as we go into next week. High temperatures, upper 60s to the low 70s.
All right, not bad.
I guess you will not be going leaf peeping this weekend.
I will not be going leaf peeping this weekend. No, not for me. Well, thanks, Craig.
Okay.
Summer's over, but at least football season is here, right, Brennan?
Yeah, Shelby, I've never heard.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good Friday night to you. Waning hours of summer, beautiful end to the season today, right? Now, as we get ready to go into fall, we'll show you the latest foliage report from I Love New York. And you can see that some of the color really starting to pop. Adirondacks, also some of the high spots of the Catskills, the Taconics, west out into the Allegheny Highlands, starting to see some of that color show up. And we'll see more of that here in the coming weeks. Clouds increasing now, 56 degrees, light wind out of the east and northeast. Forecast tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, not quite as chilly, low temperatures in the upper 40s. And then through the day tomorrow, if there's any filtered, dim, shy sunshine in the morning, it will quickly fade behind increasing and thickening clouds, so becoming completely overcast, and there will be a few showers developing south and east as we go into the afternoon. We'll show you who has the best chance in a few minutes. 55 now, Marcy, Utica's at 56, Low and mid 50s into Herkimer County, Little Falls, Dolgeville, 54 Cooperstown, Worcester, Edmiston as well, 52 in Richfield Springs, falling into the upper 40s at Indian Lake right now, low 50s Old Forge and West Turin. All right, here's a look at the tropical storm warnings that are in effect for all of the Tidewater, Virginia, the Outer Banks, and eastern parts of North Carolina because of Ophelia. A tropical storm, pretty potent tropical storm too, sustained wind speeds 70 miles an hour. You only need 4 or 5 more miles per hour and you have a hurricane. So it's lashing the North Carolina coast right now with some wet weather, some wind. Then Ophelia will slowly start to work her way to the north, and that is going to spread some wet weather north and west, and it will be close by, kind of encroaching on central New York here as we go into the weekend. We'll show you who has the best chance. So watch the clouds build in through the day tomorrow. We start out with a little bit of sun, and then it turns mainly gray. South, Seago County, talking to you. Down into southern Herkimer County, Shenango County as well. We get into the afternoon. There's a chance of some wet weather down there. Then watch what happens. We go into late tomorrow and into tomorrow night. This all kind of starts to expand north and west. So some light rain around as we get into Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then what happens with high pressure off to the north kind of ridging out up here, it suppresses the moisture to the south. So I think rain showers will actually taper by the time we get into Sunday afternoon. Clouds fill in tomorrow, temperatures upper 60s to near 70. Down here to the south, Cooperstown, Milford, Edmiston, Richfield, that's your best chance of rain showers as we get into the afternoon. Up north, by contrast, a little brighter, a little warmer. Temperatures here in the upper 60s to near 70. 7-day forecast. So again, late day rain showers developing south and east and then kind of bending west and northwest into Utica, Rome Saturday night. Some showers left over Sunday morning, south and east, and then I think becoming pretty dry Sunday afternoon, maybe some breaks of sun, and then a clearing sky Monday, 70. Slightly cooler on Tuesday, but much of next week, Shelby, looking A and okay again. Temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s.
Nice. Sounds good. Thanks, Craig. Next, after this break, it's time for Varsity News. When we come back, Sports Director Brennan Miller takes over to recap tonight's game.
Brought to you